Hi everyone, my name is Angel Santos and I am a business coach and the founder of Christian Shepreneur Academy, or CSA for short, where we help ambitious Christian women start and grow their businesses. And in case you were wondering, I do have an assistant in the studio with me. Kobe, come to mommy. Well, my assistant is on break. Kobe. If I had a treat, my assistant would come. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and it is how to get to your first 10K, aka how to turn your hobby into a business. And I love this topic because I have lived this topic. When I first started my business, I had this idea and this desire to help people in a way that I feel like wasn't being done where I lived, and I did it for a couple of years and I made a lot of impact. I feel like I got to help a lot of students who still work in media to this day, which was my mission, but I did not make a lot of money at all. In fact, if you have, like you, Carissa, if you have heard my story, you will know that in 3 years, the total amount that I made, it was about this much. So in 3 years of helping at least 30, maybe 30 to 40 students get experience, as well as jobs in movies, television, commercials, and theater, and also helping college students get experience with media production. Hello, how are you? I made a whopping $535. And for some of you that may be shocking, but for those of you who have started a business, based on something you enjoy, right? And you're working, so money isn't your main desire at this point, right? But at some point you want your business to be sustainable. You may be able to relate to that. Let's see. Oh, here we are. Here we go. Bam! Thank you. Oh, that's funny. Oh, now I can see it. I can see it better now too. Well, that's live television, everyone. So, like I was saying, when I first started my business, it was an expensive hobby. I invested in it. I had office space. I was renting warehouses to do the media production. I was buying equipment. I was paying for food for the children that I was helping. Thank you so much. So glad you're here. So grateful for you in general, in life. And thank you for the hearts. I was spending money on equipment and working, nights and weekends to build this business that at the time was a nonprofit, and I wasn't making any money, right? And while it was honestly okay to me at that point, that's not sustainable. The reason we start any business, nonprofit or for-profit, is because we have some sort of mission. We have some sort of purpose. We have some sort of why. Now, your why or your purpose, your goal, your mission, for everyone is different. Some people want to pay off some bills, student loans, mortgages. Some people want fun money. Some people want to just help people. Everyone has a different goal. But the thing is, if you want it to be sustainable, if you want it to grow, if you want to make a lot of money or any money, if you want to help a lot of people at the highest level you can, then you need it to be an actual business, right? And I like to call it your first 10K, because this just represents the number that you want to make this year, right? If you're starting from zero, you haven't made any money in your business, then 10K is absolutely a reasonable goal to shoot for in 2019. If you haven't made 10,000 in 1 year, 10,000 is a reasonable goal for you to shoot for in 2009. If you already have community, if you've already had clients, if you're already making money and you've went past this, then you can absolutely use these tips to get to your number for the year, because it does work. The first thing you want to do when you really get serious and say, listen, 2019 is the year that I'm not just going to just do things here and there, I'm going to actually make this business work, is you want to choose a product. I wrote that very interestingly. You want to choose a product. One, excuse me. And there's a reason for this. So if you are already in business, you may have a gamut. You may have a full menu of services you offer, and great, thumbs up, kudos to you. But here's the thing. When you are a new or newer entrepreneur, you only have so much woman power available. Unless you have a full team, right? Or you have a VA who's working for you and helping you with your marketing every week, then you probably don't have enough woman power to actively promote one product, more than one product every week. So you're going to choose one product that sells well, that brings in income, that you're going to focus on, right? Here's the thing. Customers, potential clients, they can always find out what else you have if it serves them better. But if you put your attention on selling this one product, then the results will be greater than you saying, okay, in 2019, I'm going to sell A, B, C, D, E, and F. Because you can't actively promote all of them simultaneously without you dividing potential clients' attention, which is dividing your results as well, right? So the second thing you have to do after you choose a product, and let's just say for an example, I often like to use a hairstylist for an example, right? So if you're a hairstylist, let's just choose let's say color and style, right? So your product, we'll just put A right here. Your product is a color and style that is $150. And I put that number because most entrepreneurs have a product that's around this number. Maybe you have products that are a lot higher, or you have products that are a lot lower. I feel like usually you have something that is here. Okay, so the second thing you need to do, and when you see me look down, I'm looking at my notes. You need to know what problem your product solves. Oh, this is so important. Why? Because this is the only thing your potential clients and customers pay for. That's the only thing they pay for. They don't pay, when it comes down to it, they don't care about the price, right? They don't care about the time it's going to take. They don't care what college you went to, how much money you have in your bank account. They definitely, people who are going to networking events, they do not care about your product's history. They don't care yet, right? They just care about the problem it solves. That's all they care about. And a good example, because I know sometimes when people hear this, they say, that's not true. Problem it solves. Don't talk about my my whiteboard writing here. They only care about the problem it solves. Okay, so here's proof that number 2 is true. When you have a toothache and it is hurting, right? Let's just say it hurts just a little bit. You may buy some Orajel. You may just brush your teeth. You may just, and this makes me laugh, you may just put your tongue like up and like just apply pressure and it feels better. You may like do some minor Band-Aid solution when you have a minor tiny toothache and it goes away when you do that. But when your tooth is really aching, the pain is not stopping, you're going to find a dentist. You're going to find a dentist who's available. You're not going to be like, wait, how much, or this or that. You just want the problem solved, right? That's the point you want to sell people at, and that is what you want to know about your product. What problem does it solve? So the answer for a hairstylist is, I'm going to say, confidence. Right? And again, proof that that's true. I have been, it was on my schedule, just to be transparent, it was on my schedule to go live all last week, all this week, and my hair wasn't done. And it was causing me to drag my feet in going live because my hair wasn't done, right? So if you sell a color and style, that is more than just, oh yes, I'm, the technical, I'm going to, apply the color, I'm going to apply the booster, I'm going to wash, I'm going to flat iron. You're giving women the confidence that they need to go out into the world and feel most like themselves. You're giving women the convenience of not having to figure out what they're going to do with their hair, right? So it's a problem. It's a problem that you're solving. And the third thing is you want to plan your revenue. So plan your revenue. And this is one of the most popular problems I see among new entrepreneurs. They don't plan their revenue. They jump in, they start a business, and they just figure it out as they go along, right? They jump in the pool and they just start waiting and figure it out. They don't know when they're doing better, when they're doing worse. They're not really sure when they're making a profit, and usually it always seems like they don't make any money because they often spend as soon as they get. You need to plan your revenue. So what does planning your revenue look like? It looks like this. If I want to make $10,000 in 1 year, so that's just 12 months, or you know what, I'm just going to make it easier on myself and the math. Let's say, and because we're already in January, let's say I want to make $10K in 10 months. So let's even that out to $1K in 1 month. And if this is $150, I'm just going to round up and make it easy on myself. So in 1 month, I want to sell 10 of my color and, I want to sell 10 of my product A, right? And that'll leave me with, let's see, that's 50 times 10, so it's 500. So that'll leave me with making $10,000 and $10,500 in 1 year if every month you sell 10 of product A, which is a product that's about $150, right? So this is simple revenue planning. And I say simple because it's simple to plan it out. I am not in any way suggesting that this is easy, okay? As the saying goes, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. I am not saying it is easy, but it is simple, okay? So plan out your revenue. Again, if your number is 3 times this, then triple it. If your goal is 10 times this, then triple it, right? Just understand that, I'm just going to say that we all understand that to make money, it takes time, money, effort, commitment, persistence, consistency, dedication, and all of that, okay? I'm just showing you the outline to simplify it because sometimes we can overcomplicate getting started. Getting started is not, in my opinion, the hard part because there are coaches and business strategists like me and others out there who can help you with this part. In my opinion, the hardest part is to take the action that goes behind selling these 10 product A's every month, right? So with that action, which is, in my opinion, the harder part, that includes, building your visibility. Build your visibility. So this, basically, step 4 of your first 10K in 2019, or whatever this number is for you, you have to build your visibility. This is marketing. This is my favorite subject, marketing. I heart all things marketing. You have to build visibility. It is very hard. It is very, very hard to sell people your products if they don't know who you are, what you do, and what you offer. Those people, those brands who you see clouding your Facebook timeline, clouding your YouTube timeline, popping up in YouTube ads on your video, popping up in your email, retargeting you, which means when you're shopping on Amazon, you see a box promoting their product, they are building visibility. And listen, I understand that not everyone has thousands and hundreds of thousands and $1 million budgets for their advertising, but there are plenty of options that you can do that don't necessarily include most of the things that I said, right? So this is the action piece. You have to get visible. You have to have an effective marketing plan, and then you have to implement it. If I just say, I'm going to go live and share 5 steps to making your first 10K, and I plan out what the steps are, I can even make a worksheet or a website to promote that I'm going to share this at a certain time and a certain date. But if I don't ever do it, if I don't take action, then nothing happens, right? So after you plan 1, 2, 3, you have to plan for 4 and then take action. And that's when you start to see results. I just want to emphasize that because I know a lot of brilliant, in my opinion, because I see the talent in everyone. I'm like, you should do this. Let's bottle your expertise into a product. I see a lot of brilliant entrepreneurs who could be doing, in my opinion, what they enjoy and getting paid well for it once they put in the work, but they are not, because they can't get and stay in 4. They can get to 1. Most people can choose a product and commit to it. Most people can learn what problem it solves after some, messaging coaching. Most people can even plan out their revenue, especially if you're, working with a coach, because it's really, it's fairly quick once you understand and know to do it and actually do it. But that building visibility, that creating a marketing plan and committing to it, I'm just going to circle this because after 2 years of doing this with entrepreneurs exclusively, at first I worked with larger companies. This is where I see entrepreneurs get stuck. We zoom past this. We zoom past these 3. And they get stuck at 4. So if you're watching this, right, whether you're a private client, whether you've thought about working with me, whether you work with someone else, make sure in 2019 you do not neglect step 4. I implore of you. Okay, step 5. Boom. Can you all see that? I think so. Is the last part. So once you build your visibility, now it's time to find customers. And some of you may feel like, so basically D is your marketing plan. Okay, so some of you may feel like 4 and 5 are the same thing, build visibility and find customers. This is why it's not. I want you to think about a relationship, right? Let's say a marriage. There are steps, right? There are steps to most successful marriages. Most successful marriages do not start like this. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Stranger. Hello. Let's get married. They got married. It doesn't work like that, right? They meet. They court, they date, maybe they get engaged over time, and then they get married. It's a relationship that is built over time, that includes them getting to know each other, them getting to ideally like each other, and them getting to trust each other, and them agreeing to come together because they feel like it'll be beneficial to both parties. The know, like, and trust factor is real. It sounds like such a cliche. You know, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. But think about it. Think about the brands that you buy from, whether it's a really, cheap brand like McDonald's, or it's a more high-end brand like Michael Kors. Michael Kors is actually, to me, not as high. I mean, it's higher end than, a purse from Walmart. It's my favorite purse brand. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, you buy from companies that you are aware of, that you know, that you have some type of relationship with, that you heard about from a friend, that you trust. For those of you who are mothers, which I know a lot of you are, you would not buy a applesauce, or you would not buy a juice for your child if you knew that it was making children sick. You need to be able to trust the brands that you buy. And your clients are the same way. They need to be able to trust that you can provide the solution that your product is supposed to provide. So once you build the visibility and you start to create that relationship, then you're going to find the customers, right? So, and I put finding customers because when you get visible, a lot of times it's to a large group of people. There are ways to purposely and intentionally get in front of mostly your ideal clients, your target market, but others will see you. I just want you to understand that when you're looking for your paying customers, your paying clients, these are specific targeted people. These are not anyone and everyone who likes your post. This is not any family member, any church member. I don't want you to think that, oh, I went to an event and I tried to sell and no one bought, I'm unsuccessful. That's not true, and a lot of events are not necessarily for you to sell to. It's like, did you go to an event and tell 10 target market, 10 people from your target market, 10 ideal potential clients about your product, or did you just tell 10 random people your product and hand them your business card, right? So there's a difference between just building visibility and then actually finding your customers and getting in front of them. Both are important. Okay, so those are the 5. Uno, dos, cinco. See what happens? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Those are the 5 steps, simple steps to getting to your first 10K. I'm just going to put dollar signs here, because when you find someone with a problem and you solve their problem, that's when the money comes. And that's a great part of this. And of course, if you have any questions, you can post them below. Thank you all for watching and have a great day. Bye.